You probably know Dhar Mann as the internet's favorite moral storyteller who grew big on YouTube. He's amassed over 18 billion views and has over 25 million subscribers on the platform. But what if the man teaching life lessons keeps failing his own? Dhar Mann is the same guy who built a brand on integrity right after pleading no contest to allegations of him defrauding the city of Oakland. He's a man whose videos preach lessons about fairness, while the actors in those videos were staging walkouts over low pay and abusive workplace conditions. He tells his millions of followers to be honest, but he quietly deletes or edits past videos to clean up his own narrative. He talks about treating employees with respect, yet dozens of his former staff accuse him of creating a toxic and manipulative work environment. He got rich selling a lifestyle. Then, he sold Live Glam makeup kits that influencers now say resembles a pyramid scheme. He's also a firm preacher of second chances, but only seems to give them to himself and nobody else. He allegedly fired a staff member of his company simply because she brought up the wage issue during a meeting. Already, you can tell that this isn't a story about a man that has miraculously turned his life around. No. It's rather a story of a man who repackaged his failures and is selling them as wisdom. Behind the thumbnails, the morals, and the staged compassion, Dhar Mann isn't just a storyteller, he is the product. And the more you watch, the more obvious it becomes that he's not changing lives. If anything, he's manipulating them. In this video, we take a long, hard look at the man behind the camera. We come to learn how a convicted scammer rebranded himself as the face of feel-good internet morality. This is the full story of Dhar Mann. Dharminder Mann was born on May 29, 1984 in the city of Oakland, California, to Indian immigrants Baljit and Surinder Singh, who are Punjabi Sikhs, moved to the US earlier in pursuit of better opportunities. While his parents built their financial success through running a taxi service called Friendly Cab, as well as some real estate investments, Dhar grew up largely isolated from that success. He's described his upbringing as one that was emotionally cold, with his parents being absent often. They were more focused on survival and business than parenting.
My life was at such a low place, you know, like anytime I think about like the highs and the accolades and the milestones, I don't know, my mind just immediately goes back to like that struggle that I had when.
According to a New York Times article on him, Dhar is quoted saying rather than give me their time, they gave me money to do things, when asked about his early relationship with his parents. As his parents were focused on managing their company, he has said that rather than give me their time, they gave me money to do things. This early emotional disconnect would later shape the themes of validation and moral clarity in his videos. For school, he attended UC Davis, where he studied political science and economics. But Dhar was never fully invested in academia. Like many future entrepreneurs, he was restless. One of the first things Dhar Mann did with the money he got handed down from his parents was to look good. And in that vein, he launched his first business venture, a luxury car rental service called Exotic Car Rental. He did this at the young age of 19, targeting the young Silicon Valley elites. He claimed to own a fleet of exotic cars under his company, and while the business was a success, it made him some money, but it also revealed his obsession with image, success, and status. All values that ran counter to the humble, grateful persona he projected. Behind the glossy website and curated Instagram photos, the reality of the business was really messy. Tales about mismanaged finances, numerous clients left unhappy, and some lawsuits filled the air. It was clear that Dhar wasn't building a business. It was more like he was building a persona. After the car rental business went belly up and the stock market crash of 2008, Dhar Mann decided to shift into real estate. For him, the idea was not to serve communities, but to cash in on housing vouchers through government subsidies. With his company, Manage Properties, Dhar filed false claims for rent subsidies and was charging the city for apartments that were either vacant or ineligible for the said subsidies. He was finally caught in 2012. After that, he was charged with 13 felony counts, including grand theft. He eventually pleaded no contest to 5 of those charges, and ended up with a sentence of 5 years of probation and repayment of over $44,000. The story made local news but didn't fully register nationally, at least not yet. That would come later, after his viral fame reframed the narrative and people started digging into his past. Fresh off a felony fraud conviction and still on probation, most people would have expected Dhar Mann to lay low, but he did the exact opposite of. He took some time off the spotlight, but he just rebranded and came right back. In 2010, he launched WeGrow, a flashy retail company that he claimed was the next big thing for the weed and smokers industry. The pitch was perfect. It was a clean, sleek, startup-style operation that sold hydroponic supplies to the booming medical marijuana market. Investors took this bite and jumped in. The media took the bait. CNBC, HuffPost, CNN, everyone covered it. But under the lights, it was all very shady business dealings. WeGrow wasn't the revolution of anything. Most of the franchises were hemorrhaging money. Store owners complained they'd been misled about the viability of the business model. Dhar had promised them a gold rush, assuring them the product would fly off the shelves. But what they got was a mirage, an expensive one too. While WeGrow kept getting hyped and talked about in public, behind the scenes, this empire was crumbling. The lawsuits piled up. One franchisee who invested hundreds of thousands accused him of breach of contract. Another, who was a Sacramento operator named Kevin Reed, publicly criticized the business after investing large sums and seeing no returns on his investment. Soon enough, others followed. Peterson, one of the early investors, while talking to a media outlet said, "This was a f***ing Hydra Ponzi scheme, for a lack of a better term, and it shouldn't be. It's got so many legs. We can make legitimate money here." He also added that Mann misled him about WeGrow's financials, refused to reimburse him $50,000, and failed to pay vendors and employees. He and his wife filed lawsuits against Mann, but he eventually countersued them in retaliation for a cash settlement and stocks in Peterson's company. After the court drama, WeGrow quietly shut down in 2011, barely a year after launching. Dhar claimed it was a strategic move, often being quoted excusing the family "we grew too fast," or it was just a phase of experimentation. But the real reason was the mounting legal trouble, irresponsible financial mismanagement, and a crumbling foundation of hype over substance. And again, no public accountability. No apology, just another slick pivot. Because here's the pattern: every time Dhar Mann's ventures fail, they fail privately. But his comebacks? Always public, always rebranded as moral lessons. No fraud, no lawsuits, just growth. The public wouldn't hear much about Dhar's medical cannabis venture again. It vanished from his story like it never happened. A failed weed empire swept neatly under the rug, buried beneath inspirational quotes and storytelling reels. By 2015, Dhar Mann had gone quiet again. There were no headlines, no arrests, just radio silence. For most people, that's rock bottom, where they start reconsidering their life values. But for Dhar, it was just the perfect reset he needed. And soon enough, he launched Live Glam, a makeup subscription service that he co-founded with his business partner and Instagram beauty influencer, Laura Avila.
This stone is flawless. F1. I keep shooters up top in the F1. A lot of bad.
The company launched modestly, offering makeup tutorials and giveaways. It quickly evolved into a full-blown makeup subscription box business, and it started with liquid lipsticks, but then quickly expanded to brush sets and monthly glam bags. Originally designed as an online school offering certified makeup tutorials for aspiring artists, Live Glam quickly pivoted to branded beauty products. And within a few years, the company grew from a $600 launch to generating tens of millions in annual revenue, shipping over 10 million vegan cosmetic kits, and employing a global team of over 100 people. Laura Avila, Dhar's partner in the venture, provided the brand's voice, most tutorials, and the influencer promotion, while Dhar handled operations and marketing. Together, they built a successful subscription model, monthly lipstick clubs, and themed glam boxes that were supported by major influencer partnerships and aspirational branding. But, just like before, the narrative was carefully controlled. Live Glam crafted the story of humble beginnings and entrepreneurial renaissance, quietly burying his previous setbacks. This was a new start for him, the rebirth of Dhar Mann. Within 2 years, Dhar had repositioned himself not just as a businessman, but as a creator and motivational figure. For him, Live Glam wasn't just a beauty brand, it was the escape hatch from his scandals. A rebrand turned purge, hiding inconvenient truths behind glamour and growth. By the time the curtains for the year 2018 were raised, Dhar Mann had already officially founded his very own production studio, and he called it Dhar Mann Studios. The start of the studio helped him launch a flood of emotionally charged short films designed to impart moral lessons. His videos blew up, reaching millions of views per upload, boasting a global audience and a brand that was built not on traditional media, but on digital shock value, redemption, and a now redundant template. He set up a production studio that was based in Burbank, operating on sets spread over multiple lots. According to their LinkedIn profile, the company officially lists having 51 to 200 employees, but also claims to work with around 200 full-time staff and are said to hire nearly 2,000 freelance actors per year. Despite the feel-good messaging, cracks appeared in February 2023, when several actors protested outside the studio, explaining that the pay rates of $33 to $44 an hour for speaking roles was good, but actors often only worked a couple hours per day, despite being booked for multiple days, meaning that they end up with a lot less money and a lot of wasted unpaid time.
Mostly the OG actors of Dhar Mann Studios are at the studio.
Arriving united.
Yeah.
What are you protesting?
I protested the man never talks to anyone, he silently fires people, and he doesn't pay anyone what they would.
Some employees even had no contracts, and only got delayed or Venmo-based payments when they would eventually get paid. Most of them were also unpaid for their prep time, as well as the time they spent fixing their hair or makeup for sets, and also doing interviews and rehearsals. Many actors were saying they struggled to meet up with finances even after working there on and off for years. An actor who had appeared in dozens of Dhar Mann's videos stated that they had requested a meeting to address conditions of the workplace, only to have it postponed repeatedly until it was clear that he wasn't going to speak with anyone. Then they were canceling shoots without informing the actors involved.
That is getting pushed back.
Okay, I know this story.
Really different day. And they fired the crew in the middle of a shoot. And that was unprofessional because we would have ended on a Friday, even if we were gonna fire them. Like, I don't know, and it was very, like, they weren't communicating why they were canceling the shoot to us actors either. Which I feel like we have some right to know what's going on.
Wait, they don't tell you what's going on at your company?
No.
Wait.
No. But yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about the crew, is that like that really was my kind of realization, that not that just realization, but that was kind of like that straw there, because I was like, you're blatantly disrespecting the crew by firing them in the middle of a shoot. And that's one lesson.
According to the information available on Wikipedia, Charles Laughlin confirmed a colleague of his by the name Jessica Ruth Bell was allegedly fired via email after requesting access to that meeting. Passion Fruit and the Bulldog's Journal quoted multiple actors describing a culture of fear, inadequate on-set amenities that included food, water, heating, and pressuring people not to speak out. The studio responded, claiming they pay actors above industry norms and issue 1099-K tax forms via PayPal. They blamed the walkout on miscommunication and pointed to misinformation being spread online. Dhar's official statement emphasized compensation between $33 to $44 an hour and denied retaliation claims. Meanwhile, Glassdoor reviews paint a mixed picture. Some praise the creative energy and camaraderie. Others call it exploitative, poorly organized, and describe it as one of the worst work experiences they've had, especially in technical and crew roles. Even on Reddit, where fans rarely criticize, users condemned the pay structure and the reuse of actors. One fan eloquently put it, "People shouldn't be accepting bad wages and poor working conditions because it impacts all of us," pointing out how standards have to be set. The scandal disrupted the narrative. A company built on telling others to do the right thing, exposing itself as unwilling to practice those lessons internally. Despite continuing uploads, new deals like the one with Studio 71 in 2024, and big audience numbers, the disconnect between Dhar Mann's message and how he treats his people became the content's new subtext. On February 7th, 2024, one of Mann's actors, Colin Borden, posted a series of 4 reels on Instagram discussing the working conditions at Dhar Mann Studios and why many of the actors started to protest.
That's where we are right now. The work that I personally have done at Dhar Mann, I'm incredibly proud of. I've built an incredible community over there of co-workers and fans. There's no denying that Dhar Mann is in my obituary, whether I go tomorrow or in 50 years or whatever. It's done. I've loved my time at Dhar Mann, and so much of that has to do with people like you who are watching this little video right now. So thank you to you. Thank you for being a supporting fan. Thank you for just watching. Thank you for just being a part of the community that we've built. The goal is to keep going to work, to have a conversation with Dhar, and to keep working at Dhar Mann Studios with the people that I love, doing the work that I love. We'll see. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you very much for all the time and support.
In this video, Borden again states that many of the actors, including some that have been around since the creation of Dhar Mann Studios 4 years ago, were being severely underpaid to the point that many could not afford rent.
Not a single actor that works at Dhar Mann Studios can afford rent.
In some cases, Mann was actively creating an unsafe working environment for his actors. Further allegations include routine failure to provide meals, proper water, or heating, especially on long shoots featuring child actors. Actors describe long hours without overtime compensation, no holding fees during standby days, and being paid without clear tax documentation.
Don't feel the need to abide by other industry standard rules. Dhar does not care about us. We've earned our stripes where we can talk to the boss, right? But that's the culture that he likes to keep there, is like, he's up here and everyone else is down here. I mean, we love all of the directors, but 2 of our favorites, Ryan and Joe and their crews, they all got fired. Like, what do you expect to happen? Like, what?
Then reviews reinforce this duality. While some employees praise the creative environment, others call the organization exploitative, and one of the worst work experiences they've had.
Remember when they wouldn't get me vegan food? Yeah, she would never get fed on set at Dhar because they would be like, shoot, they send you in the email, it's like, please let us know if you have any dietary restrictions for the shoot. So obviously, if you're vegan or you are gluten-free or something, you let them know. And then it would always be like, they would always just like forget to order her food. So like you'd have like Chipotle and you can have like what, 1 piece of lettuce? Is that what it was? How hard is it to just like have good craft services?
Some report not being paid overtime even after 8+ hour shoots. Reddit posts from ex-workers add further color by describing a toxic work culture that included unrealistic schedules, verbal abuse and maltreatment, equipment failures, and safety hazards, all while luxury cars and brand visuals were maintained for promotional purposes. Dhar Mann responded on social media, calling the protests misinformation, asserting that pay is competitive, and claiming redactions and narrative tweaks on online posts were simply rumor control. He doubled down, blaming the actors for miscommunication, and said misinformation had spread faster than facts. But the real fallout wasn't in court or on his studio premises, it was with his viewers, who are now revisiting his moral montage with a new lens. Every video preaching fairness now clashed with the reality behind the scenes. Every story about treating people right felt disingenuous when the employees said they were treated poorly. This controversy with his actors prompted fans to start seeing Dhar's content quite differently, and his content strategy and template became clear for all to see. People now saw the lazy tropes, the way he tells the same stories over and over, just with a different twist here and there. They saw the templates and how he was commodifying real struggles and real problems, like racism, poverty, sicknesses, and diseases even. All for a click and a view. He'll turn people's suffering into content. One of the most glaring examples of Dhar Mann's storytelling laziness is his overused gold digger storyline. A tired formula he's recycled endlessly. The plot is always the same. There's a woman with expensive taste pressures from her struggling boyfriend to buy her luxury items from brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or Prada. He can't afford them because he's focused on building his business. Frustrated, she dumps him and chases after a rich man.
You got me a bag from Zara? I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that cheap brand.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. But look, as soon as I am made VP of this company, I'm gonna be able to buy you whatever bag you want, okay?
Right, Danny. You have been saying that for years. Oh, Erica, one day when I get a promotion, we're gonna move out of this crap apartment and into a penthouse. Oh, Erica, one day I'm gonna buy you whatever designer bags you want. Be honest. It is never gonna happen, is it? I gotta go.
Hi, hey, I think you forgot something. Is this lingerie?
But as always, karma kicks in. The rich guy turns out to be toxic. He cheats on her, or maybe he goes broke. Meanwhile, her ex reemerges, probably now wildly successful, decked out in designer clothes and driving a luxury car. She tries to crawl back, but it's too late. He's moved on.
I've known what you've been doing all along.
What did you expect, Danny? I want designer things. I want to live somewhere nice. What, was I just supposed to sit around and wait for you to get some promotion?
Oh, well, actually, that big news that I wanted to tell you about earlier, I got that promotion. And not only are they offering me a rather hefty salary increase, turns out I get a very large bonus as well.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're gonna be making a lot more money?
Yup. Oh.
It's the same narrative over and over, then packaged as a lesson, but it really is just cheap clickbait dressed up as morality. Another popular take on Dhar Mann's content is its performative wokeness. Dhar Mann's videos routinely tackle social causes like bullying, racism, body shaming, and a few times even darker themes like suicide. But the stories often feel shallow, gesture-driven, and more about going viral than creating any meaningful impact. Academics critique this as a form of progressive neoliberalism, where social struggles are reduced to feel-good content that leaves viewers free of guilt, while ignoring the systemic complexities and promoting individualized virtue instead. A fan on Reddit put it best when she said, most of his lessons boil down to don't judge a book by its cover, don't bully or be mean/prejudiced to people, and don't do bad things like stealing or cheating. However, while on the surface they sound okay, the way they're portrayed always has something to do with money or getting caught or getting repercussions for their hurtful actions. For example, his videos with a character getting bullied always ends with them being successful and the bully being a janitor or poor. Or the girl gamer video where the mom only lets her daughter play the console, not because she realized she was being sexist, but because she won. These lessons are widely agreed to be harmful to teenagers and kids who are presumed to be the largest consumers of Dhar Mann's content. Another bone of contention with his fans is that a lot of Dhar Mann's actors don't deliver their lines naturally. They either overact or sound like robots reading from a script. The stories, which are super predictable, coupled with the bad acting, makes the emotions in the videos not feel real. Reddit users complain about this all the time. One said that the actors talk like they don't even want to be there. Their performances are bland and emotionless and sometimes feel forced. But it was not only the actors getting shtick. Dhar Mann was also called out for his savior complex in his castings. It was later noticed that in stories that he appeared in, he, Dhar, would always put himself in a hero or savior role, often coming in to save the day or to give some life-changing advice. Many of Dhar Mann's videos follow the same storyline. When someone gets mistreated or fails, then works hard, becomes rich, and proves everyone wrong. If that sounds familiar, it's because it is intended to mirror Dhar's own life story, over and over again. Basically, he keeps putting his own journey into the videos, like he's trying to remind everyone how great he is. One paper says these stories make it seem like the only way to be respected is by becoming rich. So, what's the real issue here? Well, when put together, the things that make Dhar Mann's content so questionable are the shallow messages. They sound deep, but don't say much. The acting also feels fake and forced, and the stories all feel like they're secretly about Dhar Mann himself. It is kind of cheesy, and it feels like one big ad for him. But Dhar Mann's content issues go beyond just repeating stuff, having a savior complex and poor acting. A number of his videos have actually gotten real backlash, and it's not for teaching the wrong lesson per se, but for how they deliver it. Whether it's via exploitation of serious topics, cartoonishly evil characters, or flat-out misinformation in videos, some of these life lessons cross the line to become controversial. In the Sister Secrets series, the episode when a girl gets her first period in class, lots of eyebrows were raised over Dhar Mann's choice to cast SS Stalker Wolf in the video, given her negative reputation in the court of public opinion. As if that was not enough, the script for this video was a bit strange with the way the topic of a first period for a teenager was approached.
There it is, folks. The Industrial Revolution. Yes. It began in the late 18th century. It had a profound impact on society. It ushered in an era of significant technological advances, an increase in population, an increase in the standard of living, and of course, the emergence of the capitalist economy.
Excuse me, Mr. Turner.
Just a second, Ellie. It brought about changes to manufacturing, transportation, and agriculture, leading to the rise of factories.
Sorry, but I really have to use the restroom.
You have to wait, Ellie. Class just started. Come on. Anyway, today we're going to be delving into the innovations of steam.
I have to go now.
Oh, go, sorry.
Viewers also pointed out the fact that the mother in this video tried too hard to be hip and cool by using slang that she didn't understand, and also called out the fact that she told everyone that cared to listen about her daughter getting her first period, and even went as far as throwing a birthday party in her honor, without acknowledging her daughter's discomfort. Another video that has also caused a significant buzz is the one about road rage drivers. In the video, a driver named Mark is in the car with his wife and son behind when another driver cuts him off. He tries to confront the driver that cut him off, but his wife insists on him letting it go, but Mark lets off on the driver anyway.
Oh, so I talked to Mom, and she said she can watch Derek during our session next week, so I was...
What the?
Oh, okay, Mark, calm down. It's fine.
Hey, man, you just cut me off. So, you got a problem? Yeah, I do. I do have a problem. Well, I would have a problem too if I were driving that old crappy BMW you got there. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't I just ram my BMW to your Alfa Romero?
Mark, stop. You don't need to provoke him.
He cut me off, Amy. I'm not just gonna let him disrespect me like that.
Listen to your lady, okay? It's quite clear who are the pants in your relationship.
I regret saying that.
No! You need to stop acting this way. I mean, our son is in the back seat for crying out loud. You gotta be careful. One moment of madness can create a lifetime of sadness.
Please, don't be so...
Then, in retaliation, his wife arranged with 2 actors to kidnap her husband and trick him into thinking that his son was murdered, only to later find out that it was not true and his wife was behind everything. This video is one of the most disturbing stories available on his channel and is done quite nicely, racking up over 5 million views. It has also rightfully earned its place as one of the most controversial Dhar Mann videos. Then there's the teenager that gets fired from her job because she has a social media obsession. This episode, titled Teen Fired for TikTok Obsession, sees a teenage girl who has struggled to hold down a basic job and is a chronic shopper and sucker for capitalism, trying to make it big on TikTok instead of grinding like everyone else.
Why is there another package here for you?
Oh, yes, it came in. I've been waiting for this.
This is ridiculous. I swear all you do is waste your time on that dumb app just buying useless stuff.
Well, for one, these things aren't useless. It's cool stuff I found on TikTok. And 2, it's my money. It's not like I'm asking you to pay for it.
What's the point of having a job when all you do is waste your time and money on things that you do not need?
What are you two arguing about now?
Dad's mad that I'm spending my own money that I made.
No, I'm frustrated that she's wasting her money on useless things she finds on the internet.
All right. Can we just take this down a notch? Sweetheart, maybe you shouldn't spend so much money. At least try to save some of it. And maybe you cannot give her such a hard time. Like she said, it's her money.
Whoa, are you seriously encouraging her right now?
The story advises that people abandon their social lives and spend their days making videos in hopes that they make it big on TikTok one day and make a ton of money in weeks. The script also seems to encourage young people to abandon real jobs and go on making videos for TikTok on the hopeful dream that they make it big one day. A Reddit commenter pointed out that Mr. Beast recently expressed his shock over the fact that so many people quit their jobs to now become influencers and have gotten nowhere, advising Dhar Mann to take a page from Mr. Beast's notes. The Mischief Mikey episodes come with its own series of drama and discussions as well. The episode shows a young boy, 13 years old precisely, who robs a bank for an Apple Vision Pro. Just after he enters the bank's safe deposit and sees a bunch of cash just to buy a Vision Pro without knowing that his mom already ordered one for him.
Mom, I don't ask for much out of this life. I just want an Apple Vision Pro.
Mikey, give it a rest.
Here we are, Miss Miller. I'll give you a moment.
Thank you.
Mom, you've been holding out on us. There's like $1 zillion in there.
How do you know? You've never seen $1 zillion, Mikey.
I won't ask you, Jaden. Do you care to explain yourself, Mother? Because, it looks like you can easily afford my Vision Pro.
Grammy gave us this money for you and Jaden's college fund, not for anything else.
Wait. So what you're saying is that that's our money? Or if that's the case, I can easily afford my own Vision.
The episode is largely described as the worst example of a scenario where, if a character did the right thing, they would have gotten a materialistic prize, which was a Vision Pro in this case. It doesn't teach the viewers to do good because it's good, rather it focuses on teaching to do good because there might be a reward for doing good. Another episode that is heavily debated and remains a major point of controversy till today is the Kid Gets Bullied for Having Cancer episode. In this episode, a high school bully verbally abuses another student for having cancer and being bald, probably due to the chemotherapy treatment he was getting.
Okay, hold on. I'll give it to you. Oh, sorry. Come on, little man. Let's test out that vertical. You got a death wish? Why would you do that, Cameron?
Because you're being a jerk and making fun of him, and that ain't cool.
Bro, he has a Lakers hat on. I mean, that's almost as bad as a 76ers hat. Take this off. Yo, what happened to your hair, dude? What's going on?
Give me back my hat, Tyler.
Oh, I remember. You got that cancer thing now, don't you? Ugh, stay away from me, bro.
Seriously, Tyler?
Yeah, not cool. All right, whatever. You can have the hat back, Cancer. Oh, I mean Cameron, I'm so sorry.
Tyler.
But at the end of the episode, the bully claims to have been using the bullying as a coping mechanism for dealing with the death of his father. Critics kept calling out this video because of how it rewards bullying, with the bully having a change of heart later on in the video. The Chasing Charlie episode also has its own handful of controversial moments. The episode sees a girl trade her real life for a virtual reality world, and in this world she goes through a series of different weird scenarios. And she finally falls in love with someone in the VR world, but it turned out that the person was a 45-year-old man in real life.
You are even hotter in real life. I thought you were gonna be some kind of catfish. Thank God you're not.
Do I know you?
It's me, Charlie.
I think you have the wrong house.
No, I don't. You're Clayton, right? I'm your girlfriend. In the VR world.
Virtual reality? I've never used a VR in my life. I mean, my dad does. Dad, do you know this girl?
Look, there's no easy way to say this, but I'm Clayton. I've been pretending to be my son this whole time.
What? No. There's literally no way. I heard your voice on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Be surprised what you can do with AI these days.
Many fans disagree with this script as it toys with a pedophilic theme, and it was seen as suitable punishment for a girl's decision to stay in the VR world. The highly conflicting story took this video to new heights, as it was able to bag a hefty 11 million views. Another controversial episode is the farm animal episode, where the story sees an 8-year-old girl who visits a farm to see farm animals for the first time, and in her curious spree she asks the farmer what the goats are for, and he tells her that they're killed for meat. This new knowledge clearly breaks her down, and she tries to even save some of the goats by convincing her dad to buy them, but he wasn't able to.
I'll name you Gertrude. Gertrude the goat. Do you like that, Gertrude? I think I just found my new favorite animal. So if chickens are for eggs, cows are to milk, and horses are to ride, what are goats for?
Oh, they're, for meat. Where else do you think goat meat comes from?
You're telling me you wait till they die and you turn them into meat?
We don't wait for them to die, little girl. We kill them. We shoot them and drain the blood right out of them. Keeps the meat nice and fresh. That's how we get the big bucks.
You're gonna kill them?
You know what? Let's go look at the chickens. That's enough.
No, I wanna know.
Not the kids. Not yet. But the mama's done be due for a slaughter in about 6 weeks from now, and then babies don't need her anymore.
You can't just do that. Babies always need their moms.
I ain't see why I can't do what I want, considering...
So she takes her worries to school and brings them up with a vegan teacher at school. The teacher, being an animal lover, had very different views on the situation. The video sparked fresh waves of vegan versus normies debates as fans picked sides and stayed divided on an opinion, with multiple comments on the video in disagreement with the video. One user said it's not animal mistreatment, but was simply farming. Another video that caused significant uproar was the video of a teenager that cheated on a test for an iPhone 15. This episode was, first of all, misleading with the title, and most people in it were actually not nice at all. The story follows a boy who lied to his parents about his grade on a test because he thought they were going to gift him a new iPhone for getting good grades. As the episode goes on, he keeps lying to also impress a girl from his school.
I'm gonna be in big trouble.
Alex, honey, dinner's ready.
I got an A- on my English test.
You did? Carter, we're so proud of you. Alex, weren't you supposed to get your chemistry test back today? How did you do?
I did fine.
Just fine?
This food looks incredible, Mom. Thank you so much for making dinner for us. I can't wait to just dig in.
Stop beating around the bush. What'd you get on your test?
Just bring it here so we can see it.
Since you did so well, Carter, we've got a big surprise for you.
A surprise? Oh, it must be the new iPhone 15. Oh my gosh.
Again, the script doesn't make sense, as the girl eventually makes him fight two random guys for no reason, which ends up with him getting seriously beaten. Fans expressed their displeasure for the script, with one fan saying he would punch everyone in the story except Alex. Then comes a video script that often comes with Dhar Mann's videos. In this episode, a teenager bashes a car and drives off. Viewers have always complained how they never get to see a character simply learn a lesson for their bad actions. Instead, they just receive an insane amount of karma for their actions, no matter how little, and this video is a great example of such scripts.
Hey, slow down. Dude, you're gonna hit...
Oh, crap, man.
It's okay. Do you have a piece of paper and a pen?
No. Why?
To leave a note?
Wait, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, you're being serious? Bro, we are not doing that. Hey, there's no witnesses. Edgar, quick, let's go.
No, absolutely not. How would you like it if someone just banged into your car and didn't leave a note?
I want to know. I don't know, man.
Gil, come on. Just do the right thing. You know what they say, your actions always have a way of coming back to you.
Oh, gosh, not all this karma stuff again, dude. Karma.
The trope of instant and multiplied karma is one that fans of the show have grown tired of seeing, and they surely made their points made after the release of this episode. One fan on Reddit said instant karma in a way this extreme is 1000% not going to teach any life lessons. Finally, the episode where a 16-year-old teenager abandons his parents. And this is a very controversial episode because it shows that Dhar's mind is no longer here, as the episode literally involves time travel, which is kind of a comic relief for critics of the show.
New shoes and new phones. My parents are the worst. Are you even listening?
I'm sorry, I've finally figured this out.
What is that?
It's a time machine.
Yeah, right.
I swear, no, it works.
Wish it did, man. I would go back 25 years ago and make it to where my parents never met. Man. Are you serious, bro?
All you have to do is type in how many years you want to go back in the past and hit the call button. When you are ready to come back to the present, just hit the pound key and pull again.
Like you, Neil. Out of all people, figured out time travel. Okay, let's see this. So I'm just gonna put this thing on, right? Press these buttons right here, and then magically just... Whoa!
Most fans were too busy laughing at the idea that a Dhar Mann script could contain such advanced themes like time traveling. As one fan on Reddit put it, this episode is almost so bad that it's now good for me. Amazed at the concept of time travel. These selection of episodes weren't just nitpicked, they're all episodes that have been openly criticized by fans in the Dhar Mann fan subreddit. They all somehow reinforce some key themes of his franchise, which include absurd premises for the videos, an effort at numbing the seriousness of real issues, and they become cheap props for formulaic messaging. The ego over ethics branding bleeds through the scripts, and always somehow ends up positioning Dhar Mann as the center of moral universes. Yet, for a lot of viewers, Dhar Mann Studios has remained a moral compass, a place where good always triumphs, bullies always lose, and karma never misses. For the growing number of critics, Dhar Mann himself is the biggest contradiction of that message. His online empire was built on repackaged morality tales of trust, kindness, and perseverance. But beneath the surface, Dhar Mann wasn't practicing the values he preached, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. And yet, Dhar Mann continues to grow. He's opened a new soundstage. He's expanded merchandise sales. His videos now include cartoons, Spanish dubs, and franchise spin-offs. The algorithm is still working in his favor. But legacy isn't built on algorithms. It's built on how you treat people when the cameras stop rolling. And if the backlash from his own actors, former employees, and exposed court records tell us anything, it's that Dhar Mann isn't the hero in his own story. By 2025, Dhar Mann is now a digital titan. Forbes ranked him number 2 among top creators, as he's pulling in $50 million from Google AdSense and deals with Meta, Universal, and others. His 125,000 square foot Burbank studio rivaled Hollywood lots, and his app turned his videos into a streaming empire. He nabbed a 2024 Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Award nomination and 3 Telly Awards, adding shine to his name. His podcast, Dhar and Jay Show, featured guests like Charli D'Amelio, mixing stories with star power. In his personal life, he thrived, living in a Calabasas mansion with Laura Avila and their 2 daughters, born in 2020 and 2021. Mann's legacy is a tightrope. He built an empire that reached 136 million followers, inspiring kids with lessons on kindness and parents with teachable moments. His charity works, donating to food banks, raising funds through videos, made a real dent, but the simplistic morals, clickbaity tactics, and whispers of exploitation left a question. Was Dhar Mann a genuine force for good, or just a guy who turned cheesy stories into cash? His videos, viewed 60 billion times, changed lives for some, but others saw a hustler who knew how to play the game. By 2025, Mann was still preaching, but the choir wasn't singing as loud, and the shadow of his past loomed large.